At some point, everyone kind of has to come to terms with the fact that, life just isn't fair. It doesn't really matter like how terrible you think you're doing in life or how amazing of a time you're having. Life just always comes back around to hand you the middle finger. It happens to everyone, like at some point in their lives. One example I'll give for this is my grades. I'm not necessarily a bad student. Like, I'm taking a lot of honors classes this year, and I'm actually planning on taking 2 APs next year because like I know I can handle it. I know I'm smart enough to get A's and like look good to colleges, but like somehow at the end of almost every single school quarter, I always manage to like screw something up and have one of my classes drop down to a B or like even like a C last year. It doesn't really matter like how hard I worked that quarter. It's just in the last few weeks, it feels like teachers just start dumping like these ridiculous amounts of homework on you to like and like tests to study for. And it feels impossible to keep up with, I know 1 or 2 B's might not really sound like a big deal to most people, but my family holds me to a really high standard for academics, and I can honestly kind of see why. Like, if I were them, I wouldn't really want to be helping me pay for my college tuition in the future either. Like, especially since I'm planning to go to university, so, like a scholarship would be nice. I think that's kind of the main reason that I have to be so perfectionistic, And unfortunately, universities, they expect nothing short of perfection when it comes to grades. Like, anything below a 4.0, like that, you're not getting any kind of scholarship for that. Or like maybe even getting in the first place. Anything under a 4.1 is just unacceptable. Getting any kind of scholarship is just really hard. Today was actually like the last day of the quarter for me, but my stupid English teacher just had to ruin it by dropping me from a 96 to an 82 because I forgot to turn in an essay draft that she never told the class to turn in. And like, don't even get me started on the grading system like here in America. Like, I'm no mathematician, but I still have no idea how a 100 on a test, on like not even just one test, like 3 tests in a row, will raise your grade about like 0.2 points, but it will drop your grade for like a whole letter grade if you get a 70. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's just super unfair. Like, I don't understand why it has to work like this. Another thing that I think is incredibly unfair is just YouTube, like their system of recommendation for small creators like me. As I'm recording this, the video that I uploaded 3 days ago had about 1.7 thousand views, but the one that I just uploaded yesterday has less than half of that. I know it's only been 1 day, and the algorithm probably like sees more. Like the algorithm probably needs more time to do its thing, but I honestly feel like the second video was just, I don't know, I just feel like it was way better and just deserves just as much, if not more, attention. Like, I edited the settings on my microphone just to make my voice sound better. I didn't really make any stupid errors in my speech, and I made like the first part of the video sound better. Like, the last one had like a bunch of awkward stuttering and like grammatical errors and stuff. Like, I even included a person's comment at the end. Like, I actually did some editing. I did everything right, but it feels like it's just like this is happening all over again. Like, it's just kind of infuriating how YouTube, like, if they're feeling generous, maybe they'll pick one video from a small creator's YouTube channel and just promote the heck out of it. Like, look at this. I got 85,000 views on this thing. Probably like 88 or something. I don't even remember. I know it was like 80K plus though. And then after that, they just don't care about you anymore. They give you tons of support. And then maybe like, in my case, since I had so many views, like it got me like 400, 300 subscribers. And then almost everything I made after that, like, didn't even reach 1,000. Once they're done doing all of this stuff, they'll go over to the people with 1,000 subscribers, typically with like 1,000, 10,000 plus subscribers, and just give them constant success, Like, they don't care about the small guys at all. But, honestly, now that I'm writing this, now that I'm recording this, I'm beginning to kind of see that, like, this whole YouTube creator bias thing doesn't really happen too much. I mean, looking back on all my old stuff from this channel, that I just privated. I couldn't really tell because I was the one making it, but like now I look back on it, like I had a lot of stuff that like I thought it would look great and then it didn't, and stuff that I thought was terrible that just completely blew up. And now I'm actually beginning to like see it through the eyes of the viewer since I haven't like touched it in so long. You know, now that I think about it, I can't actually remember a single time that I found like a small YouTube channel that I decided to follow for a bit that actually had like quality content that didn't blow up. Like I know this, like look at this guy. I was subscribed to him. I like turned on notifications for him when he was at like 100, maybe 200 subs, and like now look at him. It's because like he made like just this awesome content, you know. And a lot of times you see all the small creators, their content just doesn't get better. And I mean, I guess there's not really any ways that you can complain about that, but it's just, I don't know, it's this endless cycle of just demotivation. You make a video, it's bad, so it does bad, and so you're less motivated to make a better one next time. So, because it just feels like it's gonna get the same response, like especially after you do it for a while. So who knows? Maybe I'm just not good at YouTube. Like maybe I just need to be more patient. But you know, I'll keep doing this until the end of the year. If I'm not at 1,000 subscribers, well, I guess this isn't really for me. But if I do reach this milestone, then that's great. I guess I made the right decision. Now I think about it, there's honestly like a lot of things that we just like to trick ourselves into believing are against us. Like we hate our teachers, our parents, the internet, friends, coworkers, whatever it may be. But you know, you gotta remember that you can only really see things happening from your perspective. After just like a tiny amount of research into this missing English grade dilemma, I actually found out that my teacher posted this assignment on my school's website and told us where to turn in the essay there. It's just nobody read it because we were just being a bunch of idiots. I mean, she should have announced it in class, but that was like the basic expectation that she said at the beginning of the year. That kind of like applies to all the teachers. And I mean, like, this doesn't mean that injustice doesn't happen. That's not a thing. Like, it definitely does exist. It's just probably not like as common as you might think, especially like if just like think about it, you know, if you have the privilege to have access to the internet like me right now, and just being able to watch stupid videos of people commentating on, or people just talking over Rocket League gameplay, then you probably have like a really good life, because most people do not have the luxury of any of this. Everyone tends to think that they're the main character sometimes, that like all the unfortunate stuff happening in our lives is completely outside of our control, when in reality that's usually not really the case. You know, usually a lot of the bad things that happen to you are because of poor decisions on your part. And like, to anyone that feels like they're stuck in a rut right now, you know, I just want to say that no matter how many problems you're dealing with, like no matter how bad they are or whether or not they're within your control, I just want you to know that like it gets better. Like I actually just checked my grades a few minutes ago, and it turns out my English teacher actually realized that, hey, I know I set the expectation that you're supposed to be checking the website every single day for everything, but you know, I should have announced it in class. So she actually gave everyone partial credit, and for some reason, I don't even know why, she gave me like extra credit for something, but I don't know what it was, but it really helped, and now my grades are back up in an A again, so I got straight A's this quarter, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, back to the thing about problems and stuff. So yeah, if you're watching this right now, you're probably still young. I'm just gonna go out on a limb there and just assume that you're probably part of Gen Z. Even if you're not, like, there's no real age limit to improving your situation. It doesn't matter how unfair you think life is. I kind of learned the hard way that complaining and sulking just, it never helps you, you know? It hasn't helped you before, and it won't help you now. So I basically had no friends last year. It was a new school. I didn't know anyone. I was just this quiet, awkward freshman, you know, this teenager that just had no idea what he was doing, you know. I had social anxiety. At times I was like depressed and anxious. Like a lot of the time I was depressed and anxious. from all the hard classes that I was just loading myself up on. And I had to hide it all underneath this mask, this facade, because I felt like if I showed any kind of weakness to anyone, then like I would look weak, you know? Something terrible would happen. I don't even know what. Like it was a stupid excuse, but I went with it anyways, because that's what my subconscious was telling me. I was not at a very good place, but you know what? That didn't last. Most things that make us hate life, and like that stuff goes away. Like just with some time and a little bit of effort, like it can really change your situation, you know? For me, like it didn't happen overnight, but life just feels so much more enjoyable now, you know? I'm still far from perfect, but compared to last year, I'm like a completely different person. You know, all I really need was just some determination, a bit of hope, and just like accepting that, you know, life isn't fair. I'm sorry, but you just have to deal with it. I would tell you exactly how I did this, because like it's not really as simple as just accepting that life is hard and just being like, oh well, just gotta work through it. But you know, it's extremely late at night. This recording's gone on for long enough, and I think I could probably make a different video out of this for later. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.